Now I love me some Mario Kart, so much so that I made a video on my top 10 favourite tracks from the latest entry in the long running franchise Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. So I've been wanting to make a follow up, but instead of just listing the top 10 from the Wii or GameCube versions because plenty of people have already done that, I've decided to list my favourite reoccurring tracks from throughout Mario Kart's history. And where better to start off than with the series' namesake, Mario. With every new installment there's been a new Mario track to race on, typically found in the Flower Cup. Usually they're not too challenging, but over the years they've been pretty fun to race on. But what is the best of the best from the best character? Let's just get on with this shit already. Number 5. Mario Circuit from Mario Kart Double Dash. Like a lot of the more recent Mario circuits, the GameCube incarnation sees you race around Peach's castle complete with snapping piranha plants and an angry chain chomp. And if you have a couple of mushrooms spare, makes a great shortcut behind. But what really sets this track apart from the others are the sharp turns, the S-bend tunnel and a bumpy dirt track with wandering Goombas at the end, which is ideal for stunts when it was brought back in Mario Kart Wii. It's a fairly simple track thanks to its wider areas, but that last stretch can be a right pain in the arse if you don't take that final bridge straight on. Otherwise it's curtains for you as you collide with these annoyingly placed piranha plants. Oh, as a kid, how I hated these two so much. Still a great track, mind. Number 4. Mario Circuit 3 from Super Mario Kart. Now we're kicking it old school with one of the most challenging Mario circuits to date. The best thing about this track is just how tight it all feels. The sharp turns, the narrow road and one handy shortcut, no gimmicks, just pure racing fun. It was brought back in Mario Kart Wii where it made a nice change of pace to play a flat track, which made you rely on precision drifting. It might not be the most popular of Mario circuits, but whether you're playing it on the Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance or Wii, it'll always make for a great race. Number 3. Mario Raceway from Mario Kart 64. Oh boy, now this is one of my favourites from when I was a kid. And that's probably down to it being a fairly simple track, yet it has its fair share of bends, not to mention 2 of them you can completely cut out with the mushroom. Yet again it was brought back in Mario Kart Wii, I can see a theme here, where it retained its tight bends but added a nice off-road ramp. Plus the track's infamous large pipe can now be used for some handy trick boosting. Out of the 4 Mario tracks in Mario Kart Wii, this is definitely the most popular online, or from at least what I could tell. It was always getting voted. This is a great example of the remake improving on what was already a great track. Number 2. Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS. This track took everything laid down in the GameCube version, wandering Goombas, piranha plants, the tight bends, as well as 64's pipe tunnel, and turned up the difficulty to Star Cup level. There are more Goombas, the bends are tighter, and the piranha plants now spit out fireballs. All this adds up to make the DS version of the Mario Circuit one of the most challenging to date, and equally a visually impressive one at that too. But all in all, it's just a damn fun track to race on, even if it can at times be hard to stay off the grass. Because, you know, dem sharp turns. This also happens to be the only track on the list that hasn't been remade yet, so here's hoping it makes a return in Mario Kart Wii U, or Mario Kart 8, or whatever they end up bloody calling it. And number 1. Mario Circuit 1 from Super Mario Kart. How could I not? It's the first track in the first cup in the first game. It introduced so many people to the series, its layout is so iconic it's burned on the inside of any Mario Kart fan's retinas. It's simplistic, yes, but simplicity in this case makes this track infinitely replayable. Each bend is nice and easy, giving you a feel for the controls, and then BAM! Hairpin turn. Well, kind of. And that shortcut across the dirt, a mushroom can make all the difference in your finishing place on the final lap. Bliss. Yeah, it was remade in Mario Kart DS, but I want it remade again. I gotta hand it to them. The limitations that they had with the Super Nintendo, no ramps, no hills, no Goombas, no motherfucking piranha plants. Ah, but they did have pipes. No gimmicks, yet they made track design perfection. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video because there's more of these Mario Kart top 5s to come. Sort of going to try and make its own little mini-series. So, while you wait for the next video, you can follow me on my new Twitter account if you want, because I like to keep up the times of 2009. Also, a big shout out to an old friend of mine, Ollie, who created my lovely new background on my channel, so go check his channel out. There should be an annotation on screen right now, or a link in the description below. This has been my top 5 Mario circuits in Mario Kart, and next time we take a look at the slightly hotter tracks.